Okay, for this project I'm using Caron Simply Soft worsted weight 4-ply acrylic yarn. Any 4-ply yarn will work. This one's called Peacock Feather. This is my favorite color of all the variegateds. I love this one. It's really pretty. And I'm going to be using a size H. It's a 5mm crochet hook. Now you can adjust it to fit any phone that you have. Mine has definitely seen better days. My youngest little boy got it. Look at that. He shattered it. But still works. So anyways, okay, you can make it fit any size that you have here. You just want to take it and start with a slip knot. Surely I'm not the only one that has a broken phone screen and they just keep using it. I don't need to get it fixed. It's okay. So you want to start with a chain that will go around your phone. Kind of fit a little snug around it, kind of like that. And whatever number you have, you want to make sure that it's an odd number. You want to end in an odd number. And then once you get that, you can actually make it fit around anything, tablets or whatever, just as long as it goes around it like that and you end it in an odd number. So after that, you just want to bring it over to the first stitch and slip stitch into the first one. And that's going to form a ring. Like that. And then you want to chain one. And then I'm going to go around the entire piece, putting one single crochet in every stitch. We'll sew the end shut, or the bottom shut at the end. So just one single crochet in every stitch. All the way around. Okay, when you get all the way around, you want to slip stitch into that chain one that you did in the beginning. Like that. And I know it probably look kind of small to you, but it'll stretch, so over your phone. Okay. Let me get this. Okay, and then you want to chain one. And then we're going to work in the next stitch and we're going to do a little puff. So we're going to go in to the stitch, drop a loop, yarn over, go into the same stitch, drop a loop, yarn over, go in the same stitch, drop a loop. So we did that 3 times. And you end up with 6 loops on your hook, yarn over and go through all 6. And then chain one to lock it. And we're going to skip one stitch and go to the next, and we're going to go in. We don't yarn over before we go in. We just go straight in and drop a loop. And then we yarn over, go in, drop a loop, yarn over, go in, drop a loop. 6 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yarn over and go through all 6. Chain one. And then we're going to skip the next stitch. Skip it. We'll work in the next one. Go in, drop a loop, yarn over, go in, drop a loop, yarn over, go in, drop a loop, 6 loops on your hook, 5, 6, yarn over and go through all 6, chain 1. Again, we'll skip 1 and work in the next, go in, drop a loop, yarn over, go in, drop a loop, yarn over one more time, drop a loop, yarn over and go through all 6 loops and chain 1. And we're going to continue doing this, skip 1 stitch and work in the next all the way around until we get back to the beginning of our circle. Skip 1, work in the next. Okay, I'm almost to the end here. Chain 1. And when you get to the end, you'll see that you just have 1 stitch here to skip. And then what we can do is, you want to slip stitch into this space of this for the beginning puff stitch. So, right here. Slip stitch. Like that. Now we want to chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to be working in these little spaces right here on the sides of the puff stitches. You can see them pretty easy. We're just going to go right in and do another puff stitch. So go in, drop a loop, in, drop a loop, in, drop a loop, yarn over, go through all of them, chain 1. Jump to the next one, kind of right here. Do it again. Chain 1. And then we move to the next space, which is right here beside this puff. And that's a repeat all the way around back to the beginning. Just be working these little puff stitches. Chain 1 right here in these spots. And when you make it back around to the beginning, I'm just going to work in a round. So if you want to put a stitch marker here, you can, to mark your spot so you know where you end and where you begin. But right here is where we're going to be working. I'm just going to go right into that and do a puff stitch. Like that. And then, see, we're going to be working on these, the sides kind of the puff stitches. Chain 1, go to the next one. Chain 1. The next one, you can see the stitch is really good. Just right here on the sides. I'm just going to do this all the way around. Until I get back to my stitch marker. I'm just coming up here. See, my stitch markers right there, but so now all I'm gonna do is I'm at my stitch marker spot. I'm gonna pull it up and move it up so I know that where I'm at, and I'm just gonna continue around, jumping over here to this one, doing another puff. So it's real easy. I'm just going to do this until we get the height of the phone, or the, right here, this one, the phone or the tablet or whatever you're making a case for. Just keep going around and around. So I'm going to keep working on mine until I get it as tall as I need it to be. And I'll meet back up with you. Okay, once you made it around, then it kind of fits to where you can pinch up the bottom and the top. Just, I'm going to go around the top with a row of single crochet, so just kind of around up to the top. And then you can pull it out and make sure you end it at your stitch marker. And then I ended at my stitch marker, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and into the next stitch I'm just going to slip stitch, and that'll even out that around of puff stitches. Now I'm going to chain one, go back into the same stitch and single crochet, and I'm going to single crochet all the way around the top, and I'm going in each of these, and I'm also going in the top of the puff and single crocheting, and then in this stitch and in the top stitch of the puff, and then in the side stitch of the puff, and in the top. This will just kind of clean up the top row, and then we'll go ahead and do the bottom row, or close the bottom up. Okay, I'm coming around here to the beginning. Get my last stitch here. I'm just going to slip stitch into my first single crochet, and then I can find my scissors here and cut that off and hide that tail, which I'll do that. Okay, now I'm going to sew the bottom up, and I'm going to flip it wrong side out. If there's a side that you don't like, or a side that you like better, put it on the outside. And then I'm going to sew it together, wrong side out. And I'm just going to, you can slip stitch it together, or you can use your yarn needle. It's really not any way you want to do it. So I'm just going to slip stitch it. I'm going to grab a stitch on this side and a stitch on the other side. I'll go through with my yarn. And I'm going to start out by chaining one, and then I'm just going to go to the next stitch and then pick up a stitch on the other side and slip stitch. And I'm going to do this all the way down, just picking up stitches on each side, slip stitching it together until it's closed. And you could single crochet it too. Yarn needle, slip stitch, or single crochet, it doesn't really matter. It's not even a very big seam, so it's not going to matter. And once you get to the end, you want to flip it back right side out again. So the seam that you just did is actually on the inside of the case. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and hide this tail real quick. Okay, one other thing I did was I just had this key ring. You can probably get these at Walmart or wherever, but if you want to clip it on your bag or whatever so you don't lose it. But that's it. That's all there is to it. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please don't forget to check me out on Facebook.